Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things ready through a common sense lens. And I have never hid that I am a DC fanboy. I've talked about this a million times. I will continue to bring this up over and over again. And honestly, it's one of them situations where the dynamic between Superman and Lobo is one of my favorite things in the Superman animated series from back in the 90s. It was my logo on my original YouTube channel. It's still my logo over on my Rumble channel out there with, the kind of the Janus coin of Superman and Lobo out there, the kind of the two sides of a very similar kind of situation. And I just love it. I love the character of that. And I remember back in the day when we first heard a lot of the casting rumors about what they were doing after Man of Steel with the Snyderverse and how all that stuff was going with the DCU. And I was like, oh, Jason Momoa, oh, please let them cast him as Lobo. He'll be a perfect casting for Lobo. And I know he's a fan of the character and yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, we got him as Aquaman. And, of course, he looks nothing like our Aquaman from DC, but you know what? He still did a pretty solid job with the attitude, at least in the first movie, and everything else. Obviously, most people did not see the second Aquaman movie because we knew it was from a dead universe where nothing mattered in those movies anymore. So needless to say, there was a lot of rumors. There was a lot of hints out there. Jason Momoa was even dropping hints that he had been cast in Lobo as in the DC out there. And of course, we got it made official. And I, for one, as a guy who was a fan casting of this for a long time, who absolutely loves the Lobo character out there, you could not have asked for an actor who looks the part more than Jason Momoa, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like not only has Jason Momoa, does he look like the part, absolutely spot on, but apparently he's impressed the DC executives so much that we are going to get even more of him in DC, ladies and gentlemen. And not only do we have that, but we also have some set leaks showing off what our dear Jason Momoa looks like as Lobo as well. And I, for one, ladies and gentlemen, am super excited about this. And despite my own reservations about Millie Alcock getting cast as Supergirl, I am excited to go see that movie just to see Jason Momoa finally fulfill this fan's dream of bringing Lobo to life on the big screen. And honestly, despite my initial reservations, I really liked Millie Alcock in the brief moments we got to see her, spoiler alert, in the Superman movie. So she sold me, so now I'm even more excited for this movie. And honestly, if this rumor turns out to be true, I think this thing could end up being a smash hit. And I think Lobo will quickly become a fan favorite with general audiences because I think Jason Momoa is absolutely going to crush it. So we're going to share this article from CosmicBook.news, getting all the juicy details of exactly what this rumor has to tell us and all the details and where it comes from. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 2,100. We are sailing our way towards 22. I think we're sitting at like 2120, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Are you as excited as I am to see Jason Momoa bring Lobo to the big screen, bring him to life? Do you think this is an excellent casting? Do you think this is a bad idea? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think there are better people out there that could have pulled off the role as Lobo as well? Did you enjoy the Superman movie? Are you cautiously optimistic about Supergirl 2? Or are you one of the folks out there that did not enjoy this and you hate to see Jason Momoa wasted as Lobo in the James Gunn universe out there? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below, because as always, all opinions are welcome. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check the links in the description as well. All right, from CosmicBook.news and our dear sweet Matt McGloin. Warner Brothers adds more Lobo to Supergirl after Jason Momoa wows executives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is very, very good news to my ear. That is very, very happy songs dancing around in my ear holes right now, boys and girls. And I mean, honestly, just look at the picture. This guy has embodied Lobo for a very, very long time, boys and girls. This was a missed opportunity for a very, very long time. But hey, there was a lot of missed opportunities with the last leadership that was in charge of DC, especially after Snyder left. So there you go for that. Jason Momoa impressed Warner Brothers so much with his performance as Lobo that the studio decided to expand his role in the upcoming Supergirl movie. A source close to Warner Brothers told Cosmic Book News at Comic-Con. Now, mind you, everybody out there is like, this is just a stupid rumor. This is from Matt McGloin, sources over at Comic-Con. Okay, this is the same group of organizations that told us that the Superman movie was going to be good, and it wasn't going to be woke, which guess what? The audience scores all agree with that. The box office all agrees with that, right? These are the same people that told us about the female Silver Surfer. These are the same people that told us that it was going to be a Susan Storm and Fantastic Four. All rumors that have been proven to be true over and over and over again. It's the reason why we keep going back to Matt and Cosmic Book News, because you can pretty much take it to the bank if Matt says it's true. The Insider says Execs loved what they saw and quickly made the call to give Momoa more screen time as Lobo in the flick. I'm all for that. While there's no word yet on a possible Lobo spinoff with Jason Momoa, the move suggests Warner Brothers has a lot of confidence in Jason Momoa as Lobo and plans to feature the DCU's main man more predominantly going forward. And I would love that idea. I mean, it works out well. It's a pretty simple story to tell, right? Lobo is a bounty hunter. He gets hired by people to go out there and pick up people. He doesn't care who the bounty is. I mean, if you watch Batman the animated or Superman the animated series, that's how Lobo ends up on Earth trying to take out Superman. He got hired to catch Superman out there, and he does a pretty good job of it. But needless to say, I mean, you literally could run an entire series, just a bounty of the week. I don't know, kind of like what all the Star Wars fans hoped Mandalorian season 2 and 3 would be. Yeah, you could literally do that, and it would be so much fun. You could introduce new characters. It'd be a really easy way to introduce new characters, give them a little bit of a test run, see how well they go over with the audiences, see if the actor works out well for them. I mean, the script literally just writes itself. And I don't think Jason Momoa at this point in his career really cares whether he's part of a big blockbuster movie or whether he's part of a television show. I think he would be perfectly happy, especially considering the fact that this is a character that he absolutely loves and has been wanting to play for a very long time. And like I said, at least this fan, as well as clearly a lot of others, has been wanting this for a very, very long time. So honestly, a Lobo spinoff just makes sense to me as well. Lobo was originally supposed to appear in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic, but writer Tom King, who now consults the DCU, CIA spook, by the way, and the biggest red flag for anything that comes out of the DCU. Tom King is a CIA asset and still is. I promise you that, boys and girls. He's responsible for a lot of the abominations that happened inside of DC Comics. So yeah. And all you got to do is look who took over the CIA as of lately to understand that, yeah, it's part of all the same Spirit of the Age agenda stuff that's destroyed some of our favorite characters. So yeah, Tom King, always a bad idea. Always a bad idea. By the way, I have no bad thoughts whatsoever of myself, and I don't have any evidence that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. I'm just putting that out there. I am just putting that out there right now. Said his DC Comics editor removed the character from the story. It looks like King and James Gunn decided to bring Lobo back for the movie, which feels like the right move. The character adds much needed testosterone to a female-led superhero film in a genre that, outside of Zack Snyder's first Wonder Woman, hasn't exactly found success. And they've got rumored photo right over here of Jason Momoa on set as Lobo. Now, this is a rumored series out there. This obviously could be completely and totally AI generated. I have no idea, but it looks very accurate out there. This is from DCU Hype out there. There's no community note on this post saying it was either AI generated or has been proven to be fake, which we know how often that happens. Look, we even refreshed it to make sure there's not a community post on it now since the last time we looked at it. Yeah, no community post on this post whatsoever. So I would assume that this is real and it looks accurate. I like the look of the bike out here. I obviously love the look of Jason Momoa as well as Lobo. Could the bike be a little more spacefaring, a little more sci-fi? Absolutely. But we don't know if this is the bike's final form. Even in the animated series out there, the Superman one, Lobo's bike transformed and did crazier and other wild things. We could easily see something like this happen out there. You've obviously got some green spots, some green tape on this, probably where they're going to do the CGI effects, all of that kind of stuff out there. Like I said, this looks good. I am optimistic about it. I like Superman. My wife loved the Superman movie even more than I did, and I'm just excited to see Jason Momoa properly in his right spot out there as the main man on the big screen for DC, because that is the role, at least as far as I'm concerned, he was born to play, boys and girls. We'll find out whether or not I'm right when Supergirl comes out, I believe, next year. Momoa on Lobo. He's rough, gruff, and the bike's cool. Reported set leaks have shown the first look at Jason Momoa as Lobo, what is said he's super excited for the role. While appearing on Jimmy Kimmel, Momoa said his Lobo rides a motorcycle, smokes cigars, loves Guinness. I mean, come on, dreadlocks. Which honestly, anybody that knows anything about Lobo can understand that literally embodies the main man. He's a beer-drinking, cigar-smoking bounty hunter who takes no crap from anyone and has no problem going toe-to-toe with Superman. So yeah, he's pretty neat guy out there. In another interview, Momoa had added, I don't want to give away too much, but I mean, we looked pretty dead on, exactly like the character, and he's pretty rough and gruff. And I'll say the bike's really cool. And like I said, we've gone over this in the past. If you've been here since before the ban, since before the last YouTube channel out there, or if you're over there watching this on Rumble, you can go back and look. We've been covering this stuff. We've been excited about this whole Jason Momoa as Lobo thing, and he's been excited about this too. There was a bunch of times on Instagram how he's talked about how excited he is about how much he loves the character about Lobo and how he could not wait to play the character. So this is a guy who is a fan of the character, and I, for one, am all for that. So Supergirl gets released in theaters on June 26th, 2026, directed by a bunch of people we don't care about. Billy Aycock players Kyle Zor-El and everybody else, and we know that Superman will end up being in the movie as well. So literally spring of next year, June 26th, a little over a month after my birthday, and hopefully I'll have a really great belated birthday present coming with this movie because I love DC. I am a DC fanboy. I want this stuff to succeed. I want this to do well. Is it a disappointment that the Superman movie will lose money at the box office? Yes. Is it still one of the most successful movies that DC has seen in a very long time? Absolutely. Did it crush Fantastic Four at the box office? Yes. And that makes me very, very happy. But at the end of the day, they need to be able to give us good, proper representations of these characters in order to be successful going forward, because that's what doomed the last DCU. That is what's doomed the Marvel MCU that we've been getting since post-Endgame. But at the end of the day, one of the nice parts is when you have an actor that has been cast, that is a fan of the character, who loves the character, who knows the character, who understands the character. Much like Henry Cavill has taken to a lot of his roles and has put his foot down on a lot of things, you see that happen. But you even saw this with Wednesday, with Jenna Ortega out there. There was rumors coming around from the set on that one over there that she literally would speak up and push back because she knows that character and she loves that character. And she's like, Wednesday wouldn't do that. That's ridiculous. And I'd imagine Jason Momoa is going, if his love for this character is true, which I have no reason to doubt that it is genuine, right? Especially all the gushing that he does and all of the things that he said. Believe people when they tell you things, right? That's how we've known that so many of these things were going to be woke and we're going to be made for a modern era and everything else, because we believed the hype. We believed the marketing. And Jason Momoa, we're going to believe you today as well. So I ask you, sir, if you truly do love the main man as much as so many of the rest of the fans out there do the right thing. Give us a good performance from Lobo. And it sounds like you're doing that exact thing. And we are going to get to see even more of you, not only in the Supergirl movie, but most likely in the future of the DCU. There are a lot of characters that I love from DC that I want to see put on the big screen and put into television and done properly. And the success of all of these franchises and all of these movies could make that happen. But only if you give us proper representation of these characters. So far, it sounds like Jason Momoa is doing exactly that. So DC, James Gunn, and everybody else out there involved in directing Jason Momoa as Lobo, make the smart decision, make the fans happy, and give us the main man like we deserve. Because at the end of the day, fans decide, and we will all find out whether Jason Momoa gives us the Lobo we all can know and love for the future next June. I, for one, cannot wait, boys and girls.